Okay, welcome back. Let's get the price action analyzed a little bit. Technicals in focus, right? You heard Pashupati Advani, and he was saying, who the hell knows? Let's ask Jai if he knows. He's, of course, with cashthechaos.com. He was in Goa, and he's back in London. Jai, what's your sense? Price action, purely price action-wise. Yesterday was a very large move. Today we've given back about 40% of that. Is this broadly up and looking to buy the dip kind of a market, or what's your sense? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, thanks, Prashant. I'm anticipating this market to pull back a bit. I don't know if it will come as deep as 22,975, but if the markets can drop to somewhere close to 23,700 to 23,300, that will be a good bullish reset for the market. And this is as far as I see the markets, it's from the price action perspective, this is a pause to the fish. And people have been talking about Donald Trump being moving the markets, but that's not the case. No, we saw the markets top out in September, and we even called the markets to drop on the 1st of October on CNBC-TV18 to drop to the June 4th range. So the markets don't move on exogenous events. The markets react, have their own endogenous reasons to move up and down. And so as far as I'm concerned, the markets is in a bullish space, and any fall here will be an opportunity to buy the dip.
All right. I think the trip to Mumbai and then Goa turned things around. Jai, you've been sounding bullish, at least for the last couple of interactions. So good. You believe that you should be buying the dip. I want your view on two asset classes, moving away from equity. One is the dollar index, which has perked up. The other one is Bitcoin. Woohoo. From where to where, right? It breached 80,000 and now it's at 1 lakh. What's your take?
That's right, Nigel. Bitcoin's price action is very important. It's indicating that animal spirits are possibly back. And if you recall, going through a short interview notes that I've been preparing, I'd said that if Bitcoin were to hold 72,000, that will be a shallower retracement than I had anticipated. And that will be a good possibility that Bitcoin would go back to record highs. I'm anticipating Bitcoin to touch about 125,000 to 130,000 in the short to medium term. So that will be another tailwind for the equity markets, because as Bitcoin's price action signals, so does the risk-on indication for the markets. So, and when it comes to the dollar index, it's come very close to long-term support, about 96.5 to 95.5. The low was about 97 and change. I'm anticipating a short-term bounce for the dollar index to take it to somewhere close to 103 to 104, and then possibly come back to retest the long-term support at about 96.5, 95.5.
Jay, the other, just one more global thing. Oil. Do you think there is a little more upside? I know your broader, bigger views, but near term, it's kind of felt a little out of sync with everything else, seeing so much risk on. Oil's come up to about $4 or $5 from the lows, but what's your sense near term?
Yeah, watch 65.1 on the NYMEX variety. If that's taken out, I'm anticipating Brent, both varieties of crude to rise to about another $10 from that position. So I would anticipate NYMEX to hit about 78 to 82 if that's taken out. So if NYMEX crosses 65.1, that'll be a double bottom. And depending on how it gets there, we can evaluate if that's going to be a longer-term trend reversal or just a short-term blip. But as things stand, I am anticipating 65.1 to get taken out on NYMEX. And along with equities, I expect tailwind to take crude markets also up.
Okay. That's on the global front. Jay, finally, I just want to ask you about some of these defense stocks, because they still seem to have a fair amount of momentum, even though the headlines have now subsided and the action on the border has subsided. Would you look at any trades or sort of positional buys here at all in this entire basket? Or do you think this is just momentum and it'll fizzle out?
No, I think some of the defense names are definitely looking interesting. And if you look at something like GRSC, Garden Reach Shipyard, it's looking pretty good. I was already bullish on Mazagon Docks, but it's a bit late now. Garden Reach possibly could mimic Mazagon Docks movement. And as a sector as such, now I'm more bullish on the capital goods space, where some of the defense stocks are also there. HAL itself might be a good bet there. And besides that, I also like ABB and Schaeffler from the capital goods space. India may not have a Dow, equivalent of Dow Transports and Dow Industrials, but I would consider capital goods and autos as an equivalent. And capital goods has clocked a double bottom, and that's actually we can classify some of the defense name within that, and probably they're probably likely to clock fresh 52-week highs past what is registered in 2024. I'm talking about the basic capital goods index. So yeah. So even BEL, BHL, they are all looking quite interesting. And they are also components of capital goods index.
Okay, all right, Jai, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us. Good speaking with you. And we'll talk again. We'll take a quick commercial break here. There's about 5 minutes to go, 4 to go for market closing. We are back. We'll get you some previews as well and just wrap up things. Stay with us.